Have you ever looked at a Chinese character and just felt completely lost, wondering how on earth do I even begin to say that? Well, you are definitely not alone. In this explainer, we are going to crack the code on Chinese pronunciation and totally demystify the sounds of Mandarin.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the secret key to pronunciation. Then we'll break down what makes up a sound, learn our first few consonants, get a handle on the super important idea of tones, and then finally, we'll put it all together to say our very first words.
All right, so let's jump right in with the biggest puzzle. When you have a language made of these incredible, complex characters instead of a simple alphabet, how does anyone know how to say a word just by looking at it?
And the simple answer is, you don't. You really don't. Unlike languages that use an alphabet, most Chinese characters give you absolutely zero clues about how they sound. For centuries, this was a huge wall for anyone trying to learn the language. That is, until a truly genius system came along.
And that system is called pinyin. You can think of it like a bridge. It uses the same alphabet you and I are using right now to spell out Mandarin sounds. It's not about writing Chinese in a new way. No, it is the absolute key to speaking it.
Okay, so we've got the system pinyin, but how does it actually work? Well, let's pull back the curtain and deconstruct a single Mandarin syllable. You're going to see it's way simpler than you probably imagine. Check this out. Every single syllable in Mandarin has the exact same three-part structure. It kicks off with an initial, that's the consonant sound, kind of like the head of the syllable. That's followed by a final, the vowel part, which is the body. And then you've got the magic ingredient, the tone. That's the pitch, the soul of the sound that gives it its unique meaning. And that right there, that's the magic formula for spoken Chinese. Initial plus final plus tone equals a meaningful word. Every single time. If you can remember this little equation, you've already grasped the absolute foundation of the language. All right, time to get our hands dirty and learn our first few building blocks. We'll start with the head of the syllable, the initials. And we'll focus on four really common ones, b, p, m, and f. So, the first two are a total breeze. The pinyin m is just like the m in mom, and f is just like the f in fun. No tricks there. But b and p, well, that's where things get interesting.
So the huge difference between the Chinese b and p comes down to one tiny thing, a little puff of air. It's called aspiration. The B sound is unaspirated. It's like the P sound in the English word spot. See? It's soft, no real air comes out. But the pinyin P sound is aspirated. Go on, try this right now. Put your hand in front of your mouth and say the word pot. Feel that little explosion of air? That is the Chinese P sound. That puff of air is the whole difference.
Okay, we've got the head of the sound, the initial. We've got the body, the final. Now let's add the soul. Tones are what make Mandarin a tonal language, and it means that the pitch of your voice completely, and I mean completely, changes a word's meaning. And this, right here, is why tones are everything. You have to get this. The simple syllable ma can mean four totally different things just based on the pitch you use. Getting tones right isn't just about having a nice accent. It's about being understood at all. So let's look at the four main tones with our ma example. The first tone, ma, is high and flat, like you're holding a note. Ma. The second tone, ma, rises up, kind of like you're asking a question. Ma. The third tone, ma, is the trickiest. It dips down and then comes back up. Ma. And the fourth tone, ma, is a short, sharp drop, like you're saying stop, ma. Mother, hemp, horse, or to scold, the sound is the same, but the soul, totally different.
All right, that's enough theory. We have initials, we have tones. Let's put this all together and actually speak some real Mandarin right now.
Okay, here's our first word. We're using that unaspirated B sound. Remember, no puff of air. And we're combining it with that high, flat first tone. Bop. And that means the number 8.
And now for its partner, that aspirated p sound. Feel that puff of air. Let's combine it with that sharp falling fourth tone. Ba. And this word means to fear. Just listen to the difference. Ba. Ba.
See? It's all in the air and the tone.
Let's go back to one we already know. That super easy M initial, combined with that dipping and rising third tone we just practiced. Ma. And this, as we now know, means horse.
And last but not least, our friendly F sound. Let's pair it with that strong, commanding fourth tone again. Fun. This character means rice, or sometimes more generally, a meal.
So just think about what we did. With just a handful of consonants and 4 tones, you've already started speaking real words in Mandarin. You haven't just learned a few random sounds, you've learned the fundamental building blocks of the entire spoken language. You now have the blueprints and the first few bricks. So the only question left is, what are you going to build next?